It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is D'Priest with Ride You Through the Night. And trying to call Nadir here.
Let me get not there.
No, he just texted me.
I'm ready, bro.
Yes, I'm right here.
Yeah,
I'm right here. Is that Chris in the background?
What's up, sir?
How you doing, Chris? How you doing,
good,
Neely?
dude.
We're well. It's been a long time, Nadir. The fans have been asking about you and say, man, you need to get that Nadir on the show. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long, long time. But, you know, it's been a long time because it's been, I think, just been busy. And then it's been, you know, it's been a ride, I tell you that. But here we are now.
Yeah, I know. I came out to.
I'm glad to be here.
I came out to Vegas back in April, and you couldn't see me because you were so busy.
Well, the plan was to finish the album. I was 3 years past, like literally 3 years, and I think I was just going apeshit crazy, and I just wanted to get it all done because it was just down to the wire. And man, when that day came, it really took a lot of pressure out of so many levels you don't understand.
Yeah.
It was just a hurdle after hurdle.
Sure.
But it's all good now.
Well, Nadir, I got to ask you something, and you're an old school guy, just like Chris and I are. We live in the past a little bit. What is it in it? What's in it for you aside from the creativity of it that you would put time and effort and money into creating a whole new record?
What makes me do it?
Yeah, because you
because
and
I have a ship that I got to run, man. I have a band. You know, well, what do you think? This is just like a tempo job? No.
No. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like in this day and age, and if you listen to the show, Chris and I have covered this a million times. How the unfortunate part about in today's day and age, in the digital age with the internet and everything, music in general has lost its value. And,
yeah, I noticed that.
And the fact that a guy like you, who is self-funded, and a guy who puts his money where his mouth is, literally, like Chris and I both do for this show.
Yeah, you have to be. You have to love what you do.
Yeah. What is in it for you as an artist to put out a full-length CD today?
I get to put it out, and I get to show it to the masses, and then I get to enjoy the fact that everyone bought the fucking record, and it'll be there for my spirit, because I'm gonna be fucking taunting people after I'm dead. So I'm gonna be coming back and checking up on the record. Don't think that I'm just leaving and I'm gone. No, there's energy still left over. I'll end up in some control room somewhere.
Very good.
No, I get the pleasure of leaving that. Let's just say like a pyramid, man. I just, something that happened, and I was there. I get it, and here's for you for your enjoyment. Just don't shit on the yard, and just listen to it, and that's it. I mean, there's really no money in it.
Right.
Yeah, I never really did it. Did I ever did it for the money? No. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a bad businessman, and some people go, well, that's why you never really did something bigger than those other guys that were in your band, because you don't fucking pay attention to your business. I said, well, I guess you missed our parties, dude. You know what I mean?
Nice. Well, dude, talk.
I mean, there's really no big brain or explanation on it, other than that I love music. We love what we do. I really, honestly, am passionate about everything that I do with my band and the music and the whole thing. It's kind of like a crack addict. They buy the drugs. They're getting it, the sitting down, the cooking it, then putting it on the thing, cooking it up and smoking it, and so many records, meaning that, it's the whole ritual of it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Well, dude,
Does that make sense? It's kind of like, I guess I like abuse. I mean, I don't know.
Right. Well, who's on the record with you, dude? Who is London in 2018?
Well, it's the same lineup I've had for the last 4 years. It's Krieger on drums, and I got Billy the Fist still in the band with us. I still have Eric Ragno, who, you know, he's been playing with Joel Lynn Turner and the Babies and all these guys. You guys seen him all the pictures. He's on all our promotion. A great guy. He's on the record also. You know, the whole band is on the record. This band is on the record.
Very cool.
And then we got Ronnie Pena, which is the guy that basically took over the guitar because, you know, it's just really hard to work with guitar players sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's especially the ones that always want to noodle, and I'm not that. You know, I did that when I was a young man. There were so many fast guitar players; it was insane. So anyway, right now we're like in a completely different deal, and this sound, you know, this is what it sounds like right now. And the only difference is that I produced it and I wrote it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What's it called?
But anyway, we got Mike Barney playing guitar on Metal Nation. Did you listen to Metal Nation?
Well, I didn't want to listen to it till we played it on the show tonight.
Well, that's the legendary Mike Barney from Shrapnel Records. He was in Vegas, and we've been getting together, and you know, he did 2 tracks with me on the album, and he did a great job, and it sounds killer, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And I'm very happy with the outcome of it. So you haven't heard Metal Nation?
I did not want to play it until we talked to you tonight.
Yes. Well, Mike is in that. Billy the Fist, Krieger, Ronnie, also play guitar in the background. He's doing rhythm there, and he does the solo on it. And we also have Teddy Andreatis on keyboards on 3 of our tracks, on the last 3 tracks. And we have Chuck Wright on bass on the last 2 tracks, track 9 and 10. And let me see what else. I think that's it, man. You know, and everything else is. Oh, and my girlfriend, you know, you remember Mona, does some backgrounds here and there, and she co-wrote a song there with me called "I'm Not Afraid" with Chuck Wright plays on it, and Billy the Fist. And a gentleman named Marco Zavala plays drums on the last 2 tracks of the album. He's an amazing drummer, so you'll notice his playing is really solid and great. And so, yeah, man, the album is, I think this is my best work yet. So,
well, don't they always say that on a new release? Doesn't every artist say this is my best work yet?
No, because I never say it's my best work yet. I always say I'm happy with the album. I like my songs, you know, the big old screen job, you know. But no, this is, I think, because listen, this is the way I'm doing this thing. This thing was songs that I wrote that were just sitting, you know, and that I always wanted to record them. You know, I had recorded them already, and you know, I had the right band this time to do it with. And, you know, everything that happened, the way these drums are recorded was, you know, we recorded these at Desert Moon Productions over at Danny Coker from, you know, Counting Cars at his studios. Great studio to record that big old drum room. I mean, we went all off. We had a full-size basketball court drum room for it. And we got a great drum sound out of there. You know, we brought in live timpanis. I did some timpani work in the album on 2 songs there. And, so we you know, it was a whole build-up to do this album because I was producing this. So I really, literally, was not getting limited by stuff, you know, down to the guitar, to software and anything, because I wanted to make sure that we had it done, no excuses. So yeah, you know, the whole process was just, you know, a whole lot of work and a whole lot of time and 3 years into it and a whole lot of just fucking brain work. And yeah, I feel that this is our best album yet. You know, this is a different band. You know, it's a different year. It's a whole lot of shit going on in the world, and you can tell by the lyrics and the things that are going on where I'm going with it. You know, some may think that are, you know, light, and some may think that are, you know, not too light. I don't know. People have different views of it and opinions of it, but you guys are the worst. So I'm sure I'll get to hear what you have to say.
Dude, talk about since you brought up the way the world is today. Talk about getting kicked off Facebook, because you're one of those conservative guys that got thrown out of there.
I got thrown out because of my political views, and I had a situation with a guy on the internet where he threatened me physically. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm living in Vegas, and this guy is in Vegas.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it got heated to that point, and I responded, and I'll tell you guys about it offline. I realized that Facebook was sucking my life out. It was just draining me from all these people that I don't even fucking know.
Right. Take a cue, Chris. Take a cue.
I don't know any of these motherfuckers. And if the ones that I do meet that are on the road or people at shows are usually really cool. I have no problems, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe, if they don't like you, well, they won't follow you, and that's it. But or some just have it for sport. I mean, I get people, trying to locate Mona to let her know that I had two girls sitting on my lap. You're mistaken. There was actually 4, you dumb mother. No, I'm just. It's ridiculous. People don't have anything better to do but shit on your parade, Chris. So when you're pumping a book, man, mm-hmm. And you expect people to support it, don't expect anyone to support shit right away, because they usually don't.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. Believe me, I'm.
And it's like there's nothing you and I could do to
mm-hmm.
bring that boner up, unless you're sitting right there stroking it yourself, making, well, I'm gotta fluff this shit up. You know what I mean? I gotta make it look good. But if you don't, how many levels of acceptance do we get? I mean, how many do we get? I mean, how many points do we get? We don't get nothing. We just get opinions and people being aggressive and just attacking you and your beliefs and all that. And I just said, you know what? Fuck all that. I'm closing my account, and I closed it because that kicked me out twice.
Yeah.
No, bye-bye, dude. You can't say that.
It's insane, dude, and it's funny because I asked Mona where you disappeared to, and she told me what was up, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Because
it's all censorship. It's ridiculous.
And I mean, you have, and I'm gonna generalize here, but for the most part, you were not like an over the top guy. I mean, you definitely.
No, I wasn't.
Toward the right, but you're not one of those guys that's like, if you don't support Kavanaugh, I want you to catch a bullet in the face. You weren't one of those guys. I don't want
to lose my life. No.
Right.
I need to keep my license. No, I'm not at all. But I did, I do dislike fucking Obama, and I just wasn't with the program from Hollywood. So I was just this motherfucker.
Right.
Fuck all that.
Is it?
But yeah, it got like that. So I just decided I want to live a little longer, keep my stress level down, and I closed the account. Now I'm on Twitter being an ass, and I can do Instagram ass too.
Right? Is it? Are you?
I have fun now.
Are you finding that there's a lot of libtard behavior within the musicians, in the scene?
I haven't bumped into anybody, and I sure hope whoever's listening to this don't fucking get in my face. Because if you're a libertarian and you think you're going to get on me because of my beliefs of who I vote for, then you're stepping into my choice. This has become too aggressive. I think that people need to understand politics, and then you being a fucking lunatic. You know what I mean?
Well, Nadir, I got to ask you something, and I follow you on Twitter, so I see your posts and whatnot. How did you become a conservative? I mean, because, if you listen to the libtards out there... I'm not a fool. I'm
what I call an advanced conservative.
Well, regardless of how you classify yourself, the stigma has gone around that President Trump is a racist and he's a xenophobe.
Right. Well, he's white. That's why. Well, don't you know that if you're white, you're a racist?
Well,
you're a KKK member?
Here's the thing, though, is you're not quote unquote a Caucasian. But yet you...
No, I'm Mexican, dude. I was born in Baja. I'm from Baja, California, Mexico.
Right.
I'm Mexican as straight up as can be. And let me just say that, it's my perspective is completely different. You know what I mean?
Well, how did that happen? Because you lived in the Hollywood area for umpteen years. You were in the scene.
Yeah.
You rubbed elbows with other musicians, Hollywood people, whatnot. So how did you become, different than that? I mean, have you always been that way?
I think that it was because I got to the point where I started seeing how things have become more looser, on the media, and the way they're twisting of the words and changing, the way that the Constitution, the abortion thing was too big for me. And it's been a gradual thing. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I just, all of a sudden I woke up one day and say, fuck this, I'm going over here. I'm going to suck dick now. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's going to be more, it was a gradual thing. Why? Well, because I have children. You know what I mean? I have children and I have grandchildren, and I don't want, my children to have to go through all these hurdles just because they have a choice, or they decide they like something, or they decide that that's not the color they want to, be wearing, or whatever it may be. They make that choice, and that choice is, it's protected, it's not hurting anyone, because that's just our constitutional, and that's just the way it is. And, and you've got to understand, school had a lot to do with it with me, and the way of life. You've got to remember, I came from Mexico into the United States, and I didn't speak one word of fucking English. You know what I mean? So, for me, I've been the guy that's been, really, enjoyed the American dream in that sense. If a dream in the sense that, I was able to do other things that, most people will never gotten to do, you know what I mean? Or never get to do, or never will get to do. But for me, it was a whole ride, and to get to a point where now I got these people telling me that I can't do this, I can't do that, and if I go to that, then I'm that. And you this and that because you chose that side, then fuck you. You know what I mean? But it wasn't overnight. It was a lot of different things. You know what I mean? I don't like the way it is right now, and I've voted Republican the last 3 times. You know what I mean? For me.
Well, Nadir, I
was now voting for fucking Obama. By the way, I never voted for fucking Obama. You get that? Fucking Obama, I said. Obama and Michael. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, Nadir, I've known you for about 15 years now, and even though I don't I know. Even though I don't see you very often, and I'm glad you're a part of the CMS, the fans on the show are huge fans of yours. I mean,
awesome. I can use fans.
but the fact that you have that viewpoint, because Chris and I guess we have that viewpoint too in a lot of ways.
A lot of musicians do, and they're not going to post on it. I'm going to tell you right now, okay?
Okay.
A lot of them won't put their views because they have a lot more to lose than I do. I'm not under contract. I don't represent Nike. I don't represent a casino. I don't have anybody's, I'm nobody's, bitch in that sense. You know what I mean? I'm not restrained. I'm a free agent, and I get to say what I fucking want to say. And some guys can't do it because I understand it. I understand that it jeopardizes their jobs and it jeopardizes their gigs. And some work in casinos and they can't say shit, and some don't, and some are big names or are rock stars. They'll never say anything, So I'm not the only one. I don't believe so. So it's just the ones that stick their hand out are, I guess, it's guys like me that I have nothing to lose. I mean,
there
in
you
that
go.
sense. I mean,
Well, I guess it's said best by Stephen Pearcy, when you ain't got nothing, you got nothing to lose. And speaking of Stephen Pearcy, here's a guy who's a contemporary of yours, and I'm sure that you know him. What do you think is going on with him and his dreadful alcohol-induced performances the last couple of weeks? This guy's 62 years old, and I know you have a little inside track on some of this. What is going on with Steven?
I have no idea. To be honest with you, I don't know Steve that well. I had a conversation with Steve a few years back when they were getting together to do the reunion with Juan and the originals, DeMartini, all the the whole band except Blotzer, and Mike Varney was there, and we were doing a photo at the parking lot. I got to talk to him a little bit. That's all I've seen about him. What I do know is that our ex-guitar player, the young guy, Chris Sanders, he's playing guitar in Rat. That I do know, and he doesn't credit that he was in London, by the way. So,
yeah, I noticed that.
Isn't that amazing how they do that? They come to the band, they leave, they don't even use your name. They're like, oh, what band? What? Oh. It's amazing. When you find him at a bar playing to a fucking two-person inside the fucking club, come on, man,
Is Steven getting tanked up because he has to deal with him?
What was that?
I said, is Steven maybe getting tanked up because he has to deal with Sanders?
I don't know. I have no idea. I think, I think that they probably have their own deal. I have no idea what they're doing. I'm glad that I don't have to go through any drama right now, because that's the last thing I need is musician drama. And that's why I have ex-members, because, they don't behave.
Right. Well, Nadir,
we don't perform fucking blown up out of our minds on stage. Can you imagine? You know what I mean? I can't fucking do it,
Right.
I don't drink, first of all, anymore, so that'll do it. But
well, Nadir, let me ask you something here. And I've seen you a few times over the last few years, and you look absolutely fantastic. I mean, you keep yourself in great shape, and you work out, and you're a consummate.
I try to stay in shape, dude.
Well, I know, but you're a consummate.
We work hard.
You're a great front man. You've kept your voice in shape. You've kept yourself in shape.
That's funny.
At what point did you decide, I'm not going to drink anymore? I'm going to live very clean and all this other stuff. What was the turning point for you, and why? What prompted that?
Well, it had to do with. All right. Well, let me just start with this. We lost a friend of mine. His name is Mikey Bones. Mikey Bones was a bass player. He actually, him and I go back from the early '80s, but he came out of New York City. He comes from that Madam X crowd with, so he was a New York guy playing bass and all that, and he just died this year. Right out of rehab, went home, and he passed away on his balcony from alcoholism. And the alcohol thing was very easy for me. Mikey was a great guy, by the way. He was the fucking funniest New Yorker guy, and singer, an amazing performer, and and he was out of Las Vegas, and he's played in all those shows. Played in a lot of projects. Anyway, so I was coming out of the Palms Casino. Basically, there was an event, and I've been drinking and all that, and I've been drinking, pretty good. And I think that what happened was I came out to the parking lot, and somebody came up to me and Mona and said, "Hey, he's not driving, is he, right?" And she goes, "Of course not." But I stood up and I heard that, and all of a sudden I turn around and there's a guy in fatigues behind me, and I go, "You better fucking back the fuck up." I go, He Just like that, dude. Like, not even thinking of it, not even looking at the badge. I just saw the fatigues and all that, and I got really angry because he was right breathing in my fucking neck almost. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, once I figured out what was going on, it was actually a fucking paramedic. And let's just leave it with that. And you know, so yeah, when you start, you know, when you start going into outer space, it's time for you to stop.
So that was a wake-up call for you, and you just decided, you know, enough is enough?
Yeah, because then, dude, you know why? What about if I would have hit this guy?
Right.
What about if I would have punched him in the face or done something because I misunderstood or felt threatened because he was right behind me? And that's the problem with alcohol. You know what I mean? It's an irritant. It causes that. There is no fucking just happy drunk. You know, there is people that don't get pissed. But I'm sure if you push enough, that fucking irritant will react, and it'll make you flammable just like that is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, for me, to be honest with you, it was the best thing I've ever done. I should have done it, you know, 2 years back. I should have just, you know. So, I'm passing 3 years almost, you know?
Excellent. Well, you know, I'm proud of you, Nadir. I'm proud to call you a friend. I'm glad that you're still.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're out there still performing, because I've seen you guys. You know, obviously you played my 13th anniversary show. We're into 23 years now.
That's right, in the fucking snow.
We're into 23 years now, Nadir, believe it or not.
Yeah, man.
And,
isn't that crazy?
And I'm glad to be able to play your new music here on the show.
Awesome.
Just out of curiosity, and you don't have to give me exact figures, but I'm just curious, what does it cost to make a CD these days?
Well, it can cost you. I know they have deals that you can do it for like $50. Why, you're looking to do one? Or?
No, I'm asking you. I mean, what kind of money is involved in putting out this?
Well, it's really obvious how much it costs to do CDs. It's very easy. You go to any website, you can get, 500 CDs for a couple $100 now?
No,
you know what I mean?
Well, I'm talking
There's your album right there.
Okay.
Oh, you mean you talking about the total to make the album?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not going to give you the number, but let's just say I spent some good fucking money, and I got some people after this. But no, we're all good. We're all good. We'll take care of that. Everything's good. Yeah, I mean, it can cost anywhere from $10,000 to, like 50 or maybe more nowadays.
Okay.
Now, if we're going to do it, at that $500 demo thing, but that's different. But I do everything in-house. So
right,
I got
course.
everything I need. I got all the gear that I need to put down some amazing tracks. And I had a great pleasure working with this gentleman named Dennis Ward.
We know Dennis.
Germany.
Yeah, we know Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis is a great guy, and he did an excellent job on my production value, and I was very happy with the mix. So that's important to me. I don't give a shit what anyone else thinks, says, or anything, other than what's going on with the band, the music, and everything that goes on with that. Because what comes out, that's a forever thing. It's not like it can change the shit anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you, Nadir, and you don't even have to comment on this. You could just say no comment. Did you have did you have a falling out with Sean?
With Sean who?
Your former guitarist.
Oh, dude, I don't want to talk about that pile of shit.
Well,
what do you
again,
think?
I said you didn't have to comment. I was just asking the question.
That guy fucking sued London for $15,000 and double bills the band and try to collect on money. Oh, that dude is quite the pile of shit. And I hope he's listening to this.
All right.
Yeah. You know, he served me papers live at the Whisky. He had a girl walk up on stage and serve me papers.
On stage?
A real winner. Yeah, on stage at the Whisky. 2013.
Damn.
Full crowd, people. I walked out, thought it was a fan, and she goes, "Hi," and handed me on. I go, "What is this?" And I open it in front of everyone. It's on film. Somebody video it at the Whisky. They have footage of that. Somebody has that.
Right.
Real nice guy. You know, real nice guy. You know, your former member trying to double bill you on an event that he put together, and paid everyone in the band except Nadir. How about that?
Jeez.
Wow.
Right. A real winner. So go ahead, use him as a lawyer.
Well, Nadir's
in Nashville, Tennessee.
Right. Well, since you brought up the Whisky,
and if he sues me for fucking and if he's listening, if you try to sue me from defamation of character, we're going to start pulling out pictures. Okay, so don't start.
Well, Nadir, since you brought up the Whisky, you're doing a show this coming Friday for the CD release of, you know, your new CD. What is
Call That Girl is the album title.
Now, Nadir, I got to ask you the question, and we debated this on the show. What's the story behind the CD title, Call That Girl? That sounds like, I don't know, that's just like, that's almost like a Madonna thing.
Yeah, well, I like girls. Just say that.
Yes.
And that's all I do is call girls. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. What do you call guys? Call that guy? I mean, call that dog? I mean, call that hooker? Call your ex-girlfriend? No, you just call that girl. It doesn't matter. Any girl. It's a general thing. And you didn't hear any of these tracks, right?
No, I did not listen because I wanted to hear it for the first time tonight.
We don't need to be going there right now.
All right.
You're not gonna get it if you don't hear the song.
Okay, I'm just asking the question. You're the guy.
Why don't we not do the song questions? That way you can get to hear the song, and then you can ask me, wait a minute, what's that? And because you haven't heard the production or the song.
Okay.
So you need to get that.
All right. Well, I wanted the fans to hear it too, so that's why I didn't do it.
Yes, please. Man, I'm dying to hear it. I haven't heard it.
Well, tell us a little bit about the show at the Whisky on Friday. Give us
a
little details.
Friday's show is going to be a great night. We're celebrating the release of the London 2018 album titled Call That Girl. It's also going to be a midnight show because I know some people like to go a little later, and that's the main time for us, and we function a lot better at that time. And we're going to have an array of people show up over there. It's going to be, quite the party. We're also going to be celebrating Michael Magliari's birthday, which is the owner of the Whisky and the Rainbow. So we're going to incorporate, that night all into one thing. So we're hoping that we have a great turnout. I'm sure it will be great. So we're hoping everyone comes down now. It's going to be a great time.
Right. And how can people get this new disc?
The disc, it's only available right now. You can get it right away on eBay. Okay? And the seller is very easy. We're the only one. The album's called London, Call That Girl. And the seller is Seahorse Mama. And we're there. We're only doing it like that right now because I'm an unsigned artist, gentlemen.
Okay.
You feel me? I have a barcode. Hello.
Too funny.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Listen, it's not on iTunes. It's not on blowjob.com and all that stuff. No. You're getting the CDs from me. And I'm not doing anything right now with downloads until I talk to a label and we're getting into some serious talk. But right now, this is the way to get it. It's a digipack. It's a full color in and out, all the way through, in the back, in the disc, on the disc, everything. It's a beautiful record. And, get yours. It's available now. We've been shipping them out for the last 2 weeks, and we've been getting just on, hands-on contacts with people on the internet. It's been great. So yeah, get yours right away. We only ran 500 copies, so I'm doing that. Hopefully they can go quick and make another run,
Right. So let me ask you, is there any special thanks to the CMS in this liner notes?
You know what? You're going to have to get the CD. Well, I mean, I can't fucking read it on to you, do I?
We love you, Nadir, and we're glad you're on the show tonight.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, you got to get the CD, then you can see the album, smell it, feel it, touch it, That's what we're not going to have for very long.
Right.
So I'm trying to peddle this shit now.
Well, I'm going to get a copy just so I can put one on the CMS Wall of Fame over here.
I'll send you one. Just send me the address, and I'll ship you one out.
Excellent. All right, Nadir, anything else?
Well, yes. Let's see. Well, I just want to thank everyone who has been supporting us behind the scenes. I know there's some fans out there that listen to your show who hit me up here and there. I also want to thank the band for hanging in there, believing in the pressure. But and also I want to tell everyone that I'm going to be in this movie, the Larry Flynt movie. It was shot on Panavision, and it's been almost 3 years now since they shot. I shot my segments this year, but the movie's been in progress for almost 3 years, and it's going to be out at Sundance and Cannes Film and all those festivals. But everyone, keep their eyes open for it. It's actually the footage, from Larry Flynt. And there's a lot of great stuff from the golden era pouring down to his running for president and the shooting and everything. And a friend of mine is the director. Her uncle, her name is Nadia D'Priest, and her uncle is the one who shot all that 35 millimeter through all that stuff. So it's amazing view. And like I told you, we shot it at Panavision, so all our segments are on film. And so it's going to be. I'm looking forward to seeing the final, I haven't seen the final thing, so it's going to be a great movie. Yeah, everyone check it out. It's the Larry Flynt story.
And you and I are going to be on a production. It's going to be released in January for Band or Brand.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. Well, is that with Bob Nalbandian?
Yeah, Bob Nalbandian.
Oh, yes, he sent me a message. He said he was going to come down to the show. Are you coming? You're not coming, right?
I was going to come, but something came up at work, so I can't make it. I wanted to go.
That's all good, man.
But,
let's just get a shit out of the world. That way we can come down to you guys where you guys are at. Maybe get a couple of nights somewhere and do something, because we need to get out of town and play some shows.
Sure.
Like we said, we don't have any agents. We have no managers. We have nothing like that. So, but if we can get some shows or anyone's up for some shows, I'm shooting it out there. We're looking, we'd like to get out there. Call me. Message me.
All right, Nadir.
Smoke.
Well,
all right.
I just want to say, Nadir, while you and Neely were, talking, I just ordered your CD. So there you go. There's one sale.
Oh, you did? Oh, man, you're a trooper. Would you like that sign?
Oh, please. I got to have that.
I'll tell you what. What album don't you have?
Dude, sell them to people, because I don't even keep them. I'll keep this one, but it'll just go right in my rack, and I'll never play it.
Okay, good.
I'll rip it to
then
MP3.
I won't send you shit. All right.
I'll rip it to MP3. I am not if you got posters or shit.
Yeah, you're doing it. Yeah, everyone does that.
Yeah, I could use posters, but
Nobody
I don't.
carries them. I know. I don't carry any either. I'm just, I'm trying to do the last, I think, life of the CD, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many years do we have? Maybe one more? 2 more?
Maybe.
If that.
Yep.
There won't be any more CDs. So right now I'm doing the vintage, nostalgia. Get your shit now, because this is it.
Yeah, no, I get you. Well, I'll tell you honestly, I bought it because I'm supporting the cause, not because
Thank you,
because
brother.
I know very well I could have just emailed you and said, dude, send me one, and you would, but.
I'll send you one, yeah.
Well, now you're definitely going to send me one.
So
or
now
I'm
you're
going
to have to rip one for Neil. No, I'm just kidding, Neil. You'll get it in the mail.
I hear you, bro. All right, Nadir.
No, good, man. I hope you guys like it. You better play that. Those songs are
Well,
good.
we're going to play all three.
The last two are completely a fucking killer, but, you know, I wanted to mix up three types. You get the feel of the three songs that we're pumping. Call That Girl and Far Away and Metal Nation you're going to dig.
All right. Well, what should we play out of this interview? Which one?
Metal Nation.
All right, Metal Nation it is. And if you want to join Nadir and the boys at the Whisky this coming Friday night at midnight, they are doing a show out there.
All ages.
And it is a CD release party, and it should be a lot of fun. I wish I was there. Believe me, I was going to be there, but shit happens. But anyway, we're glad you came back on the show, Nadir, and please don't be a stranger, man. It's been too long.
We won't. We'll be there.
All right, brother. All right, well, here
All
it
right,
is.
bro.
This is the brand new stuff from London, and this is Metal Nation exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
You're off.